Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today we have the details on the 2025 Ram 1500 REV. This is their battery electric truck, and we have details on the range, 500 miles of range. Wow, finally getting that 500 number, finally getting more miles on these EVs. Fantastic. With a caveat, I'll tell you more about that in a minute. We have towing or torque ratings and horsepower and towing, and then basically the fanciest trim I've ever seen in a full-size truck. This thing's got more in common with a Chanel handbag than it does a truck. It's just crazy. We're going to get to that as well. So on our website here, we're going to have 5 things you need to know about the Ram REV. Go check it over there. But what I'm going to do is kind of give you the synopsis, the details on this truck, and then then I'll show you the that fancy trim. So here we go. It's on the website. You'll find the Ram REV, 500 miles of range. Again, talking that up. So let's go ahead and detail what that is. So you get 2 batteries, varying range for Ram 2515, 2 batteries. The first battery will be a standard 168 kilowatt hour battery pack. That's standard. That's going to be a targeted range of 350 miles. Okay. The big news is a 229 kilowatt hour battery pack with up to 500 miles of range. 500 miles of range. Now, we don't know what that's going to be in the real world, right? So we don't know it's going to be in the cold and all the situations happens with EVs. But we do know it's a game changer with the GM trucks maxing out 400 miles and the 450 Lightning, that's 320 miles. But I want to tell you one more detail on this that I thought was pretty interesting. For reference, the GMC Hummer EV, the largest battery pack offering, is a 212 kilowatt hour battery pack. And what I said when I did a video on that and I did reviews on that is, in my view, that's like a 40-gallon gas tank. So if you think of the 168 as saying like a 24 gallon gas tank, and this is a 40-gallon gas tank, then this Ram REV is like a 60-gallon gas tank, would be kind of the equivalent in my head. Easy as far as to put it out there and make me a little more simple terms. Now, the Hummer weighs over 8,000 pounds, though. It's over 4 tons. And the battery weighs nearly 3,000 pounds. It's a very heavy vehicle, and we have no word on the overall weight of the Ram 1500 REV. But the GMC Hummer actually technically is a 3/4 ton because it exceeds that 4,000 pound benchmark, or 6,000 pounds. I think it's 6,000 pound benchmark. So it exceeds that, so it's 3/4 tons. So I'm just really curious how you're gonna do this Ram REV with not being that heavy. And keep in mind as well, the bigger battery you go, the more expensive it is to replace. So I did the story on the Ford F-150 with the longer range, 320 miles. And that battery replaced at today's lithium pricing is $34,000. Yikes. The cool part is you really don't replace EV batteries. They basically degrade over time. And then if you want to replace them, you're looking maybe 10, 15, 20 years to never replacing it. And they have a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty. Plus, the goal is by the time we get to 10 years, these companies that are starting to recycle batteries today will have much better technology, and they'll be able to recycle them even better and create a better battery in that 10, 15-year time. So batteries are recyclable. They're replaceable. You just don't replace them very often. But that's not all. That's not all, folks. Hold on. There's more because it's exciting. The faster charging. So this one is kind of cool. It has a 800-volt DC fast charging ability for up to 350 kilowatts. So you find a 350 kilowatt charger. You can add about 110 miles in about 10 minutes. So that's pretty cool because if you think about it, you'll be able to stop and get 110 miles, which gives you about 2 hours of driving time at 60, 70 miles an hour, right? And so you have to stop on a road trip. You would stop, you'd have a full tank in the morning. You drive 500 miles. You stop after lunch, add another couple hundred miles, 110 miles or 150 miles. You drive to dinner, and then you get the hotel room. So that's nice that you're only going to have to stop maybe once to charge it on a road trip. But there is more because we have a range extended version too, which is exciting details. So let's go ahead and talk about some basic stuff, the torque, towing, payload, and onboard power. So Ram says the truck should have a 0-60 time of 4.4 seconds, which if you think about how fast the Hummer was at 8,000 pounds, I think it's like 3.5 seconds. That's just amazing how fast these trucks are. Electric trucks are just so fast. 650 horsepower, 620 pound-feet of torque, up to 24 inches of water fording because you have a battery. Once the battery pack is sealed, you can go through water, no big deal. Up to 14,000 pounds towing and a maximum payload capacity of 2,700 pounds. Now that 2,700 pounds, that's going to be for the standard range with no options, which we don't know that yet, what it's going to have. There's also going to be onboard power panel in the bed, providing 7.2 kilowatts of power for tailgating. power outages, outdoor or camping off grid. That's one of the benefits of EVs, and also some of the power boost, like the Ford Power Boost EV, having that power in the bed, and it's bi-directional in most cases, which allows you to put power in and power out, and so that just makes it more useful as a vehicle. It is pretty cool. I actually liked it quite a bit. And I had the power boost. There'll be an available 3.6 kilowatt power panel located in a 15 cubic foot Funk storage compartment. So this is the engine's gone. You have some storage in there. Put some power in there. It's kind of nice. We actually went to Thanksgiving dinner with the Hummer and put our pie and I think we put some our food in there and it didn't move at all. It's kind of a nice deal. Now, so let's get to the Ram Rev Tungsten in a minute. I do want to just go down the range extender because I know you guys are like, what's the range extender? So they said there's be a Ram 1500 Rev XR coming. And the press release says the all-new Ram Rev XR with class-shattering range will follow the introduction of the all-electric Ram 1500 Rev. That's all the press release says. Full stop. So the idea here is you have a small gas-mounted motor to charge the battery. And so it's not a hybrid system where you drive on gas and drive on battery. This motor charges the battery. And so what we've seen is you get about 50% of that range added when the motor charges the battery. So imagine driving 500 miles and then getting additional 250. So you're at 750. And then if you stop, you get 110 miles in 10 minutes. So much better, much better. Still not quite where we want to be, but much better. So let's get to this Ram Rev Tungsten. And I have some video for you here because it is something. They're leading off with this, which most brands do. They lead off their top trim model. So this is the Ram Rev Tungsten, if I believe correctly. This new trim level, let me just read this stuff off to you. It'll have indigo sea salt interior with new platinum patina / semi-bright dual textured metal accents featuring diamond curling suede wrapped headliner. Yeah, diamond curling in a truck. The headliner is suede wrapped along with the A and B pillars and visors. Seats are 24-way powered, heated, ventilated, and feature a premium quilted leather. Oh, and they have memory settings and massage function with power lumbar and 4-way powered headrests. 4-way powered headrests, of all things. If that wasn't enough, there's a tungsten badge will adorn the center console, complete with inlaid lettering, diamond curling with the vehicle's VIN number, and brushed platinum patina aluminum litho bezels, and a unique shifter cap and ultra premium clips reference premier audio system with 23 speakers and an all new dual wireless chargers and a metal pedal kit. Good night. Okay, we're still on the exterior. That was all interior. Just let me fast forward here a second. Let's see if we can't get inside of the interior because that is the big news. So there's your charging port there on the side, right? So like many EVs right there. And so there we go, inside. That's a tungsten. You see a tungsten badging back there. And then 4x4. And then here's your interior. So this is diamond, what do we say? Diamond curling. We have suede line headliner. We have that passenger screen. So that's a 10.5 inch passenger screen. The driver can't see it. The passenger can get navigation, that kind of stuff. We've seen that in the Jeep or the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. I guess we don't call those Jeeps. We have the same kind of screen we have in the 1500. No difference there, right? And then you can see that tungsten is embossed. It looks like it's embossed there on the side. And look at those seats. That's a 4-way adjustable headrest on top of those quilted leather seats. And there's your tungsten badge. It has your VIN number on there, and it's put it onto that center console. They've done it before, and it's really cool. It does look really cool. And it doesn't stand out so much. It's not raised so much that it actually catches your hands. But there's all your quilted. Look at that door. Just the door. The clips system, which first time I've seen that in a full-size truck. Usually we have bows. We have different systems. I haven't seen clips before, I don't recall. And then there is your rear seats. So, yeah, that baby is going to come in at the low price of I can't afford it. That's going to be that number. But the other details, they will come in different trims. We have a Tradesman, a Bighorn Lone Star kind of edition, a Laramie Limited, and Tungsten. So, and I would anticipate that Tungsten version coming to a Ram ICE vehicle as well, a gas vehicle, because, well, why the hell not? Truck prices have gotten insane. Luxury truck prices got even higher. And GMC's got their Denali Ultimate now. So fair game, guys. Now, they only do sell about 5% or 4 or 5% of the overall take rate of all the trucks in the year through that. So it's not a high volume vehicle. but it's high profit, and people that want to have the most luxury in a truck, they go for it. And I met a lot of guys who've bought a GMC Denali and things like that, and they told me it's their one truck they're going to buy in life, the only new truck they're ever going to buy. So why not go all in? There's your details on the 2025 Ram 1500 Rev. And full disclosure, I do have a deposit on this truck. I don't know if I'll ever get it because of the 2025 feels like a long way from now, but I do have a deposit on it because I'm just kind of really curious. And we'll see what I end up with, how much it costs. It's going to be my concern as well. As always, make sure you check out videos over here, website down below, and I will see you down the road.